Hey, yo, yo, yo! Let's get it! Bear with me 1 second here. I gotta take some of these clothes off, man. It's freaking cold outside and I was working out. And, fucking hot inside. Bear with me 1 second. 1 second. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Alright, now I gotta go fill up my coffee cup. Then we're gonna get this bitch rocking and rolling for a Friday. Some good vibes Friday. Right, Tuna? Tuna's my dog, by the way. We feeling good this morning. We feeling good this morning. Full of energy. Crush that fucking workout. Did some legs. Did some arms. Got that nice arm pump going. Got that nice arm pump going. What's up? What's up with the YouTube chat? Ain't nobody in here? This thing ain't working? What's up? Alright. Oh, okay, okay. What's up, Eli? What's up, hey universe? Hey, good morning to y'all. Good morning to y'all. Y'all feeling good this morning or what? Or today? Whatever time it is. I hope y'all feeling good. I am. Nisa, good morning. How you doing? I don't think I remember Anissa, so welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Luke, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let me just let me get these links sent out before Marjan, you know, asks where the fucking Zoom link is like he does every day. Marjan. Oh. Alright, alright. Damn, Eli. Damn, Eli, what you mean, dog? What you mean you missed that workout window? What the hell you mean? You can't miss. See, my day doesn't even get started right until I get that workout in. If I don't get that workout in, man, it's not a proper day. I got like a couple of things that I do every day, and if they don't get done, you know, I can't even like function properly. I can't show up for my people properly. So my workout, you know, journaling, and reading, those three things are like super important to me. This gets me in a positive state in the morning. Let's see what's this. Nisa, I hope you're good too. Thank you so much, Nisa. Thank you so much. Eli, yep, absolutely, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Dang, looks like some people crush gold. I don't sleep well, so sometimes my energy isn't there, and I still have to head in for work soon. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I only sleep like fucking 4 hours a night, so. Honestly, bro, it really depends on how bad you want it. That's the way I look at it. You gotta fucking force yourself to wake your ass up and get to work, man. You gotta force yourself to get up and get that workout in. You gotta realize how important it is to get it in. And once you start thinking about that, you'll start ignoring the pleasure seeking activities, which is sleeping in or, you know, sitting around, you know. Like you gotta wake up every day like you won $1 million, no matter how fucking tired you are. But trust me, bro, I get it. I mean, like I wake up at 4 a.m. and this is the second day I've been late to the stream, so I'm about to start waking up at 3:30 a.m. And it's not like I go to bed early, bro. I mean, I got a lot of fucking shit going on throughout the day. I mean, I'm like last night I think I got in bed like 10:30, something like that. You know, so it's just it's just one of them things you gotta push no matter how you're feeling. But yeah, no, I get it, bro, for sure. I'll get it in on the way back from work. Yeah, definitely don't miss. But sticking to that routine, you know, getting it in before, it's gonna change the whole outcome of your day. Honestly, it's what like the working out and shit like that. It's what resets my day. If I don't do that shit, man, I'm like a pissed off person all day long. Alright, let me get this sent. Then we're gonna bust into a little analysis. It's Friday. I think we got NFP today. There's something going on today, I think, news-wise, that might cause a little chaos to the markets. Looks like we had a nice push here on gold. This would have been amazing for some buys. I was looking at it, the daily candle. I think it was bullish. Maybe not actually. 1928.99. Let's see, 1928.99. It would have been just barely flipping bullish. So I think that would have made sense for an entry if we were here, but we weren't here, so I ain't mad about it. And it wasn't during my trading time. That was a 6 a.m. candle. Even if I was on time to this, I mean, I wasn't even but a couple of minutes late, but even if I was on time to the streams, that wouldn't have been a play for me. It doesn't look like anything here on GJ from first look, but let's go ahead and get this, let's get the analysis marked up here. So we got daily candle. Hasn't really moved. I mean, it's moved a lot, but you know, if we're looking at the current standpoint, it's not really showing us too much. Like a strong bias in a certain direction. So we're gonna look for buys if it stays above this level here. I'm not gonna consider sells. I'm not gonna consider sells until it probably comes down here. Or I might be able to consider this level. Might be able to consider this level here. I think it's probably gonna be better down here because this level. Let me see. What's this look like? What's this look like on the daily? Yeah, I mean it will be moving bearish for sure at that point. Let me think about this. Yeah, because that's definitely gonna be. I mean, candles will be bearish at that point. That's the thing, or the daily candle. And for buys, you know, we're obviously gonna want it to be above that 1928.99 area, because that's where we're gonna be looking bullish. So let's see, because maybe this 30-minute candle will close bearish, kind of like it is right now, and the next candle can be like a slingshot trade to continue to the top of this range here. So yeah, let's keep this zone in mind, because of this situation here. We have some rejections in this area, so it could prove to be a valid zone if we get that bearish candle to close above, kind of like it's doing, and then the next one respect a low, break the high, and I think, let's see what it would look like. Yeah, it'll be over 20 pips to the top of the range here, so I think that would work. I think that would work. So yeah, we'll keep this idea in mind here. I'm not gonna try and push anything too crazy. I've had a really good trading week, so you know, don't want to force anything dumb. But yeah, we'll keep these areas in mind. I mean, it's not really the best zones, to be honest. You know, like remember yesterday we had huge ranges, you know, 50 plus pips, 100 pips. So it's not the best zones. But I do think it makes sense. So we'll just kind of have to see how the market's printing. But on the other hand, GJ is mega bearish, so you know, this gives us a strong sense of the bias for the current day, and this is more so what I like. Although I haven't been doing too hot on GJ this year. This year I've taken 4 trades on GJ and I'm 2-2. And on gold I've taken 13 trades and I'm 12-1. I think that's right. Alright, so I'm not going to look for buys until daily candle flips bullish. Daily candle's not going to flip bullish until above that area, but it doesn't really make sense as a zone here. So we're probably gonna just look for buys above this area. Ooh. Let me see here in the chat. Eli, thanks bro. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. I actually have a I got a community, like I got an accountability group. It's I think the link's in the description, or if you go to mikepoglies.club, and you know, you'll see it on there. I obviously have the Forex Telegram group, but then I have an accountability group that's all based around you know, health and fitness. So you guys feel free to tap into that as well. It's mainly men in there, but I think there is a few females in there, a few women. But don't be alarmed if you join in there and you see a lot of masculine energy. Dudes is getting jacked up in there, man. Dudes is getting jacked. Yeah, so I think on GJ what I'd really like to see is price to come up here, and then we can get a an MP special down to the bottom of this range. But it doesn't really look like that's gonna happen. It more so looks like actually that price is respecting this level as like a break and retest level. But I think it ultimately just depends on how these candles start closing. If we get a bearish candle to close and we can test the bottom of this range, that would be perfect. But GJ's been moving pretty choppy here. So if we can get a pullback up here to 168.44, we can potentially get an MP special to come back down and retest this support level here. But if we don't get that, then I think we can, regardless, we can get sells below. Nope. It's not gonna be a big enough range, but this will be. And we'll put this here. Oops, sells below closure. Yeah, so I think this is gonna be the analysis here for GJ. Yeah, so we'll look for pretty much just sells on GJ. Hopefully we can get a little bit stronger of a push bullish, and then we get this stronger push bullish up to this zone 168.44. We can, you know, take the sells back down to 165.46. But if that doesn't happen, looks like we'll probably have to wait until we get below 163.88 and then come down here to 160.034. I think that's going to be the game plan on GJ there. And gold, like I said, doesn't really look the best, to be honest with you. These ranges really aren't that great. It's over 20 pips, so I mean, it makes sense. But just like where the daily candle is, there's really no strong confirmation as far as the direction that our bias would be. You know, the trading bias would be. Let me see. Let's check out this weekly candle. Weekly candle is bullish, but not a very strong body. So we could be seeing a rejection on that too. So that, I was looking at that to see if that's going to give us any better confirmation of a bias, because obviously the weekly candle is going to be closing today or this afternoon, this evening. So I was looking at that just to see if that was going to give a better bias, but not really. And if we can think about, you know, what I was talking about yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw it. Those of you that are in the Telegram group, you probably saw the video that I posted, or the Loom video that I posted, and I was talking about fake out situations where we see price in a range, kind of like this. You know, this I would consider like a range. We see price in a range and we see a breakout, but when it comes and closes back in the range, it's likely going to go the opposite direction. So we could potentially see that here as well. So we'll have to see. Nicholas, what's going on, man? How's it going? Mari Cruz, hello, good morning to everyone. This is my second time here trying to learn about trading and Forex from you and with you guys. Mary Cruz, I don't understand what pips are. Can someone explain? Yeah, so Mary, what you need to do is, here, give me 1 second. I'm going to open this up, but I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you the cheat code here. Just got to open this up.
Hey, good morning.
What's up, Sartaz?
What's up, man?
Let me make sure this is good.
You catch the move of gold on the basis of M30?
No, that wasn't inside of my trading time there.
I understand. This was a no good trade, okay?
Oh yeah, for sure. Mary Cruz, if you go to the link in the description, Mary Cruz, if you go to the link in the description, you'll join this Telegram group, Forex Trading with Mike Pugliese. Look at this pinned message right here. You can just click on it. It'll take you right to it. It says, if you are a beginner... Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. Sorry. Oh, what the fuck's going on here? Oh yeah, right here. If you are a beginner at trading Forex, like you know absolutely nothing, start here. And this is a link to a video. And then once you finish that, then you can continue to these steps. This is going to be the perfect roadmap for you. Perfect roadmap for you. So check that out. And hit me up with any questions that you got. More than happy to help you out. But my bad, Sartaz, didn't mean to cut you off there.
Hey, bro, are you looking on GG sale?
Yeah, I was looking at that a second ago.
Yeah, because you know the H4 candle is very bearish, man. So I took one trade on morning. I have some runner also, and I am thinking, man, the H4 candle can be dropped till at least 160 something 30 from 30-35 pips. Yeah, this is your level.
Yeah, I agree.
And gold, man, gold, you know, if you look at H4 gold, okay, or daily already make some wick, and maybe it can retest again still 1940, at least 1940, I think. Yeah, after news or before news, I don't know.
Yeah,
and we have some resistance also on 19. My first TP is 1934. Then if the 1934 will be break, then we will see 1940.
Yeah, it's looking good to continue right here. I was just talking about that before you popped in here. I think you know, we respect this 30-minute low. We go break the highs. It's gonna.
We have clean candles on the left hand side, so I am looking this maybe. But bro, you know one thing we have need the 30 minutes candle. We need some liquidity.
Yeah.
If the candle open with no wick, then I will not trade, because many times when I took trade, then it come back down. So I need some liquidity.
Yeah, that can definitely happen. And it's a new hourly candle as well.
Yesterday you took any trade after me?
Yes, I did.
On GJ?
Nope, it was on gold.
Oh, gold sale, yeah?
Yeah, I took it,
okay.
I took it right here, I think. Right here.
Yeah, based on I think M30. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I took the same trade. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
took the
thing
same
freaking
trade.
galloped, man. That thing moved
Yeah,
beautifully.
bro. That was impulse, man. Impulse. Yeah. I got 50 pips on this setup. You
Yeah,
know, bro. We told every time. Yeah, waiting game is the game. Yeah, patience
yeah.
is the game, man. Okay, Mike, do continue, bro. I just listening.
No problem, no problem. Yeah, I would definitely like to see the damn bottom wick here on 30 minute and hourly. But if we go break the highs, you know, we're looking good, I think, to continue. At least for a nice little 10 pip push. I think, let me see here, what's the... Yeah, we got about 24 pips or so to the top. Should be all good, should be a good idea here. But like you were saying, Sartaz, I definitely feel more comfortable with the bottom wick, but like you were saying about the daily, that daily has done a deep liquidity grab to retest the lows. So that looks pretty good. We've been seeing a lot of wicks here. Uh, Mary Cruz, thanks so much for addressing my question. I really appreciate it. No doubt, no doubt. And thank you for the question. Yeehaw, good morning. I watched both videos yesterday. They were so informative and easy to understand. Thanks. Absolutely, absolutely, Yeehaw. I saw your comments. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the feedback. I'm glad that they made sense. Just keep showing up to the streams. You know, keep putting in the work every day, and things are gonna make even more sense. So, Mary Cruz, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep. Mary Cruz, yeehaw. Where did you find the videos? Those videos that I was just, or those links that I was just showing you, Mary Cruz, those are actually the videos that Yeehaw is talking about. Well, the first one wasn't, but the other ones were. Let's see. Let's see, 1932 to 63. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we got CPI today. CPI. I said NFP earlier, but it's not NFP, it's CPI. Let's see. Yeehaw. Oh yeah, I found them both on the YouTube. Yeah. If you just go to the main page of my YouTube, they're both right there. They're in like I think it's in the Forex playlist. It's like how to identify tradable ranges and how to identify or how to execute an entry.
It's good, Mike.
What's up, Jake? How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, man. Not bad, thank you. I was looking at that gold buy there as well. Did you take that?
Yeah, I took it, but just like Sartaz was saying, no bottom wick, so it could come back to fuck me. So we'll have to be careful. But
Yeah.
we're just gonna trust the stop loss. It's a part of the plan. You know, it's like if I think about like my trading rules, my plan, it makes perfect sense. It's just about if we have the volume to give that push.
Yeah.
But
I had a very small win this morning on gold during London. You can see if you go down a bit, just where it came to retest that low. So if you go, so from there it came up and then it closed bearish on the 30-minute and then took a sell as we came down. Took profits, which I'm happy with because obviously you can see it reversed, but I ended up closing half my position because it came back to entry, just managing risk a little bit. But it was a winner, a very small one, but you know, it's blue, so hey.
Winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, that's all that matters. You know, you get them wins, even if it's a small win. You know, just something to build that confidence. You know, keep building
Yeah,
that confidence in the setup. But yeah, no, that looks good because I know that the daily candle would have been bearish down here. So yeah, that looks good. I like that a lot. You know, very clean low created, clean move up, and you know, a clean position to come back down. So yeah, I like that. I like that.
Good morning.
Hey Christine, good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. What's happening?
Not a whole lot. Chilling.
All right.
Chilling. GJ's not really doing anything. Took this gold buy at the break of the 30-minute high. We'll see if it plays out. No bottom wick on the 30-minute or the hourly though, so a little dangerous, but you know, everything's bullish, so
Yeah.
probability is on my side, I do believe. It's just about if it's gonna make the push or not, but we shall see. Which I noticed something last night. I was talking to my dad. It's kind of funny because which he might be watching the stream, so shout out dad if you're watching the stream, but
Hey dad, if you're watching.
But yeah, no, he asked me about the trading stuff. He's like the only one in my family that like kind of gets it, but he also doesn't get it at all. But but yeah, long story short, I was talking to him last night, and I was like, yeah, I've been doing pretty good this month. But I had a realization. I've taken 17 trades, 1, 2, 3, 4 trades on GJ. The rest were gold, and my losses, I have 2 losses on GJ and 1 loss on gold. So
About that yesterday when we took that loss on GJ, I was like, this GJ man, he might be for the bird.
Yeah. Yeah, the other day, yeah. That was Wednesday, I think. Wednesday. But yeah, so I was just thinking about it. I was like, all right, so that means I've taken, you know, if I minus the one, let me see. Yeah, 4 trades on GJ, so 17 total. That's 13 trades on gold, and I only have 1 gold loss, so I'm 12-1 on gold. I was just like, shit, man. That's almost like confirming the fact that I need to just trade gold. You know, it's like
the gold master.
Yeah, I'm 2-2 on GJ and 12-1 on gold. You know, it's like, all right, maybe I should just focus my time on gold. But I mean, it kind of makes sense because if you think about it, like New York session, like gold is primarily like the main driving force. There's a lot of volatility there, whereas like GJ, sure, you know, it can have some good movements, but I think typically we see good movements on GJ during London close. You
Yeah.
know, so it's either like during London session, like pre-London, or London open, or London close. So
Yeah, they have a lot of volume during London, which is why most people who trade those GBP pairs do London, because all of that volume is there.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yep.
So,
Diana, how's it going? Good morning to you. XLRA, do you look at 15-minute time frame? Nah. I try and keep everything as simple as possible, to be honest with you. And like the simplest like form of trading for me has been just, you know, really relying on the daily candle direction. So if it's bullish, I'm looking for buys. If it's bearish, I'm looking for sells. Marking up zones based on a 30-minute time frame, and then taking entries there. Because if you look at it, like this 30-minute here, like it looks pretty clean. You know, the market structure looks pretty clean. You know, things make a lot of sense. But if we go to 15-minute, it's probably not the case. Yeah, you know, so it's just like a little bit more choppy. You know, sure, we could have probably got an early entry here on the base on the 15-minute, but to me it's just it's not as clean. And you know, I try and just keep everything as simple as possible to not like confuse myself. Like I notice, like if I start looking at every time frame to try and determine you know, what the analysis might be, then you know, I start trying to catch early entries when I don't have the best confirmations or whatever the case might be. So like for example, like if I would have taken a 15-minute, like the buys here, like I don't think it would have really made sense based on that 15-minute, just because, you know, there's a resistance right here. But if I look at the 30-minute, I'm like, all right, cool, that makes a lot of sense. So really these time frames right here, 30-minute, hourly, 4-hour, and daily, these are really the only time frames that I consider. And I've even summed it up to just be 30-minute and daily. Like I really don't even look at the hourly. It's more so just looking at this for, you know, a better confirmation and direction. Like, you know, for example, you know, I'm taking buys right now. Daily, 4-hour, hourly, and 30-minute are all bullish. So the probability for me to be able to have a winning trade is very high when those situations are happening. So that's really the only reason I consider other time frames. I know that was kind of long-winded explanation, but hope it makes sense. Eli George, all the JPY pairs has sucked this week. Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes it'd be like that. The way I look at it is gold has a very strong driving force. It's really only USD correlated. You know, so if there's if there's uncertainty with US dollar, or if there's, you know, things happening with US dollar, then gold tends to move a lot. Whereas, you know, it's, you know, GBP, JPY, AUD, JPY, things like that, like they have two counterparts. They have the pound, and then they have yen, or they have the Australian dollar, and then they have yen, you know, so there's two things that are kind of driving it. So it could cause it to be a little bit more choppy because there's two things driving it. Whereas gold, if there's problems with US dollar, then it's likely going to, you know, it's going to push bullish. If US dollar is very strong, then it's likely going to push bearish. There's not a lot of other driving factors, if that makes sense. Eli, last week I ate. Did you, Eli, did you trade just mainly gold last week? Or I mean, mainly JPY pairs last week? Rolex, what's going on? Okay, got it, Eli. Got it. Yeah, it's funny. A pair that I used to love to trade was USD MXN. We used to call it taco. US dollar versus the peso, man, that thing moves a lot. But I used to swing trade that, and it was kind of a similar thing. Like obviously the US dollar is way stronger than the peso, you know, so it has a very strong driving force to it. So it's very correlated based on US dollar situations. But yeah, when I first got into trading, that's one that I kind of locked into. If you look at the chart, it looks fucking wild. You know, there's a lot of wicks and stuff, and can look a little confusing, and that's ultimately like kind of why I pulled away from it. But it was a fun pair to trade. See here. The Turkish one. Yeah, that's the lira, the Turkish lira, I think. Yeah, we used to trade that one too. Taco and the Turkish lira. Yeah, we used to trade those two. That was good times, good times. Muntazir, are you in a trade? Yes. Yeah, I took gold buys here as the 30-minute highs were broken.
I just started looking at the charts. I was like, "Yep, Mike's in this."
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. It's moved a little slow. My favorite gold trades are when it happens in a 5-minute candle, and as you can see, it's I've been in it about 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. So we'll see. But I think it definitely is a good setup, like a high probability setup. Like daily's bullish, obviously. This 30-minute structure, you know, clean range, you know, enough range to move. The only like concerning thing is that there's no bottom wick on the 30-minute or the hourly, so it could reject and go make that bottom wick. So that's the only thing that I have to be mindful of if it does go against me. But I try not to get in analysis paralysis, and if it makes sense, to just execute. Carolus, although setup is from the SRC textbook, I've decided to close break even because it looks like there is no volume and it's Friday too. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. We also have news at 8:30 Eastern, so in about an hour and 8 minutes. There's some news, so yeah, that might not be a bad idea.
Core PCE price index.
Yeah, I do believe that is CPI news.
Yeah, it's the change in price of goods and services purchased by consumers.
Yeah, that's the one that kind of dictates what the inflation is like, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Prices on things are going up, or if those numbers, the CPI numbers, are going up, then inflation is increasing.
That may explain why it's kind of slow right now. Usually when we have big news like that, everything slows down in anticipation of what's about to happen.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and usually we see the range, like we saw
Yeah.
yesterday. We saw the range situation, and then when news came in, price started moving like freaking crazy.
So they'll probably start ranging around 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Muntazir, do you risk manage position as well? If yes, how will you manage on present position? No, I don't really do that. I just trust the candle. I trust the formation. So the only risk management that I'm going to do here is I'm going to secure at 10 pips, or it's going to hit my stop loss. One of the two things are going to happen. And the reason I do that is simply because I don't want to get my emotions involved in the trade. I don't want to strangle the trade, because this is a high probability setup for me. So if the volume isn't there and it goes against me and it takes me out, then probability was just against me. It's just one of those things. It's all good. But the one thing I don't want to do is get my emotions involved, close a position or something like that, and then price goes to profits. That's a real kick in the stomach to me. I'd rather take a stop loss, a full stop loss, than close partials or close the entire trade, and then it goes to my take profit area or my 10 pips, whatever the case might be. Had that happen a lot. I noticed that a lot, like November, October, where I closed a lot of trades early, or I closed partials or whatever the case might be, and then price went to my target, and I was like, damn, I should have just trusted the trade, should have trusted my stop loss level. But I mean, as far as this trade, like what Carolus was saying, I think that's a very good idea. I think that's a very good idea.
Man, I forgot it was Friday for a second.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last night. I was thinking that today was Thursday, and then I was like, no, I think it is Friday. Then I was like, no, it's Thursday. And I woke up this morning and I was like, nope, it's Friday, huh? It's been one of those weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of news next week for it being the beginning of the month.
Yeah. Yep, I think
Yeah.
NFP and stuff will happen, right?
Yep. NFP got official bank rates for pound, FOMC press conference. You got freaking ISM manufacturing PMI. You got a lot of shit next week.
Yeah.
Jesus. Fireworks.
Yeah, I think really the only thing that's gonna be in my time zone, ADP, this is the NFP stuff is pretty wild, but FOMC, all this stuff, that's way past my trading time. I'm not gonna be here. But this GBP, this stuff here, Probably cause some issues with pound.
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah, this is NFP.
Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, we shall see, we shall see.
Yeah, it might be Range City next week for our sessions.
Yeah.
Some barcode printing.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Take it day by day. See what happens.
Yeah, dude. Zoom is really slowing my computer down. I don't know why. It never used to do this. This is strange.
What do you use? You use a MacBook or you use Windows?
I'm on Windows. I run a full PC.
Yeah, I need to make that switch. I need to make that switch. Get
It's
a
just
PC.
weird though. Like I've never experienced this. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, it doesn't I mean it doesn't sound like you're lagging out or anything, so you know, typically like when it's really bad, like, you know, the voice will sound all robotic and shit like that, you know,
Yeah.
but it's not like that, so.
No, it's just like my second screen here. It's like it's lagging and it's flickering. I don't know what the hell. I'm hardwired and everything, so I don't get it.
Oh damn, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like probably the worst setup to stream and somehow it still works. Like it gets a little laggy from time to time, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean like I'm doing it on a MacBook, so like I obviously have to use Parallels, you know, to run
Oh, you're
my,
running Parallels.
yeah, to run my MetaTrader. So
Okay.
like that's another reason why I don't really manage a trade, because like I just like open that bitch to open the trade, set the levels, and then I close Parallels, you know.
Shit.
Because it slows my fucking computer down so much, but
Yeah.
I mean
Shit.
it helps out because like I like I've been saying, you know, I like to keep my emotions out of things, you know, so
Yeah.
I like to make decisions based on data and based on you know, just kind of like my plan, you know, my analysis or whatever, and if it plays out, it
Yeah.
plays out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Oh well. Yeah, so it's one of those things, but yeah, no, I've been saying like probably since like shit before Thanksgiving, because I was talking about it for like Black Friday, you know. I was like, I'm gonna try and get a nice PC set up, but I also like really like Apple products, you know. Like I mean, it's just nice having everything connected. Like for my businesses and stuff, it just makes life so much easier, you know. I can access
Yeah.
my whole computer from my phone, and you know, do a lot of things like that.
Yeah, no, I love Mac. I was always a Mac person, and I still have an iPhone, but you know, I switched over to PC because it just made things a lot more easier for trading. Just different, you know, you could set up multiple monitors, and it's just a whole different experience.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I like it.
Hey Mike,
What's up, Jake?
does Magic Keys only work with Mac via Parallels, or will it work on MT5 through Mac?
It's just through Parallels.
Yeah, I think just through Parallels.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that you could get MT5 on your Mac without Parallels.
Yeah. That's what I use at the moment.
Interesting.
But I want to get Magic Keys, but I've got Parallels as it is, but it slows my computer down so slow.
Yeah, it's usually like for me, it's usually not too bad. It's like pretty much like right when I open it or close it. But if I have it like, so like I'll open it before the stream, and then I'll like, you know, when I take the position or whatever, you know, I'll close it after or whatever. But
Yeah.
but it's like I've noticed like when I open it or close it, like when it's running through its bullshit, like it'll be a little slow, you know.
Do you use your MacBook screen as well? Or do you shut it and just use the screens that it's connected to?
Yeah, I have two screens, so I don't use the MacBook screen. Like it's sitting on like a little stand. But yeah, so I just use I have two external monitors.
I've got two monitors which I'm using now. but I use the screen as well. Just useful for the Telegram chat. But my keyboard no longer works on some of the buttons because I spilled some juice on it the other day. So I might need to buy one. You can get those like magic
Yeah.
keyboards, can't you?
Yeah, this one is pretty nice. It's
Is it Apple or is it?
no, it's called Mac. It's Macally. Macally.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it was like
Magic-
$30, and it's been really
man.
good.
Magic keyboards are expensive. They're like $100.
Yeah, yeah.
So I might
Yeah, I have
might
have this like $30 keyboard. This company though, they put out a lot of products, so they're pretty like trustworthy in my opinion. Then I just have like a little. This mouse is like literally $8 or something. Yeah, Amazon, man, Amazon.
Yeah, and that makes me feel fucking bougie. Then I just I fucking bought the MX Master 3S mouse, and then I have the MX Keys Logitech keyboard. Both those, I think the keyboard was like one something, and then the mouse was like 120.
Yeah,
some
I've got the Magic Mouse for the Apple, that was about 100 quid. But I don't know if I'll get the keyboard. I might just get the one that Mike's got.
Yeah, it's I mean it does its job, you know. It's got a lot of external buttons on it too that like the normal keyboard doesn't have. And this one actually also like I can connect it to like it can connect to 3 devices. So I can connect it to like my MacBook, my iPad, and my phone, and like I can just toggle between the 3 and use the keyboard. So it's pretty nice for things like that too. Yeah, but Christine, I think you jinxed me with the range here, because I think it's probably gonna start ranging. So
I was thinking this. I was like, what is happening? Are you breaking the low of the previous 30-minute candle?
Yep.
Now you want to have volume in the wrong direction?
Yeah, I mean, like I said though, I mean, like like me and Sartaz, we were talking about like the one issue with this trade is that the hourly didn't have a low, and the 30-minute didn't have a lower wick. So we can expect that to be created, and really the condition around that is you're just anticipating a 10 pip push before that happens. There wasn't enough volume to make that happen. We went about like 5-6 pips, and it just didn't work out. So if it goes to hit the stop loss, oh well. Oh well. Oh, yep, there it goes. It's freaking crashing. Got a lot of volume in the other direction.
Right.
Hey, bro, Mike.
What's up, Sartaj? You take sells and you're cashing out, or what?
No, I did not. I don't do anything, bro. I just told you, no wick. So, and if you look at 5-minute chart, we have resistance on the left hand side. Okay,
Yeah,
I
fuck
just
the
waiting
5-minute
for
chart.
that. If the candle will break, then I will. But no problem, bro. The volume is man.
Oh yeah, you're looking at this over here. Yeah.
Yeah. I just waiting for this 5 minutes candle. Okay, it will break, then I will enter. But it did not break, man. It made evening star and break.
Why did you
no
tell us,
problem.
Sarkaz?
No,
No.
probably pricing news in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I basically follow my candlestick rules. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm not
And
mad
I took
about it.
already one trade. I already took one trade on based on M30. I already told to Mike. So I 10 or 15 pips I booked. So that's cool. Okay, Mike, no problem, bro. We'll catch again.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. We all good.
Yeah. Basically, bro, I just find the setup. It was our setup. I know. I took many times that types of setup, but if there is no liquidity, then I just avoid it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I told you in the beginning we need to avoid. Okay, no problem. Cool, man.
Yeah, I've had that. I've noticed that in the past too. It's a situation where the low is likely going to be created.
No.
Like there's
No.
going to be a lower wick.
I want to say something, bro, about this situation. When I entered with no wick candle, when the session is opening in the candle, if we have no wick, then I entered and 10-15 pips gain and just out of the trade. Okay, before pre NY or pre London, I did not follow without liquidity, and it make range or something. That's why you took 2 times this trade. One time took the trade in GBPJPY. If you forget, then I will memorize you. Before NY open, okay, we stopped out, and same condition today. So just figure out it. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Yeah, the lower wick would have definitely been probably showed that that's gonna, it's gonna give us the liquidity, just like you're saying, Sartaz. But yeah, I talked about this a lot. Like, if we see a candle that doesn't have a bottom or a top wick, it's likely going to be created at some point. Whether it's that current candle is gonna, like this current candle could have broken the high and then came down and created its own bottom wick, or the situation like it did here where it it closed with no bottom wick and then the next candle goes and breaks the high. And another thing to think about is, how did this candle close? Like, how was it printing when it closed? So like there's like two situations, because you see situations where there's no like top or bottom wick, but depending on how the candle closed, it will continue driving in that direction and it will never create like that top or bottom wick. So like I've seen a lot of situations. There's like two different types of things that can happen. I'll draw it up of what I've seen. And so we might see like a bullish candle that moves bullish. It has no bottom wick, and maybe it comes back down or something, but when it closes, it's pushing up. So it had like a little push before it closed, and then we'll see like maybe like a wick similar to this, but like the key is that it pushed up when it was closing. And this candle, if you notice, like if you guys are paying attention, when it closed, it like made a little push up, but then it started pushing down right when it closed, and you could probably see that based off of the 5 minute, the last 5 minute candle and the 30 minutes. Yeah, so it made like this this little push up, but then it pushed down and ultimately closes like a doji. But then what happens in that situation where it makes the push up at the end, typically what we see is that thing just breaks and it continues. But if we have the candle with no wick, no bottom wick, it pushes up, and then when it closes it pushes down and it creates like a nice rejection, then the next one likely crashes down just like we saw.
Yeah, impulse.
Yeah, so
bro, last year I took 10 trades at the same situation and write down in my notes. Okay. I just succeed 3 times, okay, failed 7 times. Then I realized that when I need to enter and when I don't enter in this trade. So I trade with no wick at the same time when the candle open in London or NY. That's it. Before pre-NY or pre-London, I did not. I just avoid it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Today I took 3 trades. Okay, 1 on GJ, 2 on gold. I just same setup, bro. Same setup. But there is always wick, always liquidity. If you look at 30 minutes candle, okay, we have exhaustion candle. After that, made wick and broke the high and impulse move. I took that trade, and after that I took the second trade there. After it was range in the London and broke the range in 30 minutes. and made little weak. I took that trade based on M5. So no problem. These types of situations we have many times, man. I practiced it, man, 100 times at least last year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, that's a good point though. Like if this would have happened, if this entry was at like the 8 a.m. candle, you know,
Yeah,
we probably would have seen a push of 10 pips before it did this
bro,
retracement.
bro. Open GBPJPY chart 4 hour. I want to say something about that 4 hour chart. Okay, 4 hour. Yeah. If you look at the bearish candle first, the Asian candle, after that London candle, bullish candle. Yeah. You know, when the low, the second candle low break, I did the trade. Okay, this is your setup, bro. I just follow it. Okay, you know, this candle, 4 hour candle, this candle, just click below. No, after before. Yeah. This candle opened with no wick. Okay, it came down first, then came up. I saw when the candle make some wick, and second time it broke the low. I just entered and took 30 pips at least. Yeah. I just figure out it last year, man. I practiced many times in demo. Then I follow it in real my account. I just follow this setup. That's it. Nothing more, man. And you know the candlestick.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point too, is you know, the other situation
Yeah.
for the gold trade would have been like if you know, we could have let it break the high here without the bottom wick, but then if it retraced to create the bottom wick and then go re-break the high, then that would have been the better entry. Yeah, for sure.
I know. After your stop out, it can go maybe 1934 or 1940. Okay, because we have momentum, but okay, no problem, bro. That's fine. We will catch again after news.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's been 3 minutes. Sorry.
Jeez. Did you guys watch Raj's interview?
No, I saw like I watched like 15 minutes of it last night before I was going to bed, but no, I didn't get too far in it. Only like where he was talking about his own story and stuff. That's like probably as far as I got. Before
So the
all the
guy
shit
that
talking.
the guy that interviewed him, doesn't he trade smart money concepts?
I don't know, honestly. I follow that guy on Twitter, but I didn't even know he traded, to be honest. I thought he was just like some life coach person.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
I didn't know about this interview.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's decent.
Wisdom
What
with
was it?
Roz or something.
Yeah, words of wisdom. I
Oh,
don't know what
yeah.
his real name is. Here, I'll drop the link if you guys don't know it. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I think I'm gonna have to switch my internet providers. Holy fuck. This is not funny.
He did an interview with some guy before, a while back. It was really good.
Yeah, I think it was with Alex G.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that one was really
Yeah.
good. I watched that one a couple of times actually.
Yeah, that one was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, I mean, like from the part that like what I watched so far, like it was good. I mean, he was talking about like his own life, and it's funny because it like a lot of it's like just exactly how my life has gone. Like it's kind of wild. Minus all of the, you know, the moving to different countries and shit. But
Yeah.
but just like kind of like some of the trials and tribulation BS that he's gone through, like as far as making good money and losing everything, and yeah, I've like gone through that a couple of times. So it was kind of interesting to like hear that coming from him, because you see like successful people and you don't really think about that. You just like see them at the top of their game, you don't think about what they had to go through to get to that level, you know? So when you hear like their stories and it's aligned with like your current position or something, you know, it's super motivating to just keep showing up, you know? Like your
Yep.
time's coming, you know, you just got to put in the work just like those guys have
Mhm.
done. And like you know, if we always like if we think about like the richest people in the world, like Bezos, Elon, Zuckerberg, like those three dudes, like they were broke as fuck until they were like 40 years old, you know? So it's
Yep.
like, you know, us like in this generation, especially my generation, like, you know, we get so butthurt if we're not millionaires by 25, you know? And it's like, dude, come on. Like, you haven't even lived yet, you know? At
Yep.
25, you've only been really living for like 5, 6 years, you know?
Yep.
And that's been like a lot of my problem. Like mentally, whenever I go through a mental funk, it's because I'm basing my current life chapter off of somebody else's, and I'm not happy, you know. And
Yeah.
then I like
Been down that road.
yeah, then I think about like an Elon Musk or something, and I'm like, what the fuck am I mad about, you know? Like this guy was eating shit sandwiches until he was 40, kept
Yeah.
showing up, you know, and now he's a freaking mega billionaire, you know, one of the richest
Mm.
guys in the world. Like just keep showing up, keep executing the plan. The time's coming. Steve Jobs was like that, you know, just everybody, like all of these like mega people were like that.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I mean, I always revert back to Andy Frisella's fucking story, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
him
that
too.
dude ate shit sandwiches for fucking 10
10
years
years.
without seeing a goddamn dime, dude.
I think
I
he
think
made
within 10 years he made like $50,000 in 10 years
yeah,
in his business. And now that
total.
shit's worth 9 figures. Yeah,
Total.
yeah. It's insane.
I make $50,000 in a year. I'm like, fuck.
I
He
know.
made $50,000 in 10 years and kept showing
Yeah,
up,
dude.
you know, like.
Yep. And that's what a lot of, that's something that I look at too. It's because like, with this whole trading game, man, you got to like look at it as a university. I mean, people are going to school for 4 years plus, without seeing anything in return besides their education in quotes. And you just got to play it for the long game. You got to be healthy in risk management though, because that's how you last in this game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's honestly why like I don't really trip about managing trades or any of that type of stuff, because I'm only risking 1% of my account per day. I mean, I could take losses every day for a year, and
Yeah.
it'd be fine,
Mm-hmm.
like my account would be pretty far in the negatives, but I'd still have a fucking account, so
Yeah.
so like that's what I always just think about is, just don't take yourself out of the game. If you can just remain in the game, keep showing up every single day and aim to improve, then the time's coming, it's gonna happen eventually.
Yep.
And that's a lot of like what I did early on, and when I started trading is I would take myself out of the game a lot,
Yep.
because I
Yep.
wasn't managing risk, I was over trading, over leveraging. Yeah.
Yep.
Recipe
Yeah,
for
honestly, man,
disaster.
like everything else that I've learned, I mean, I went through. I mean, I know you know who Q Banks is.
Yep.
I flew out to his 5-day class back in like 2017. Studied his course, did the whole in-person thing, and just still felt clueless, man. And then I went to Lambo Raul's courses back then, and then it just nothing made sense, and then things started to click when I started following Raja, just due to the simplicity of it, and keeping the charts clear of any indicators, any like crazy trend lines, so many different support and resistance, and just made things so much easier.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I was in the same boat. I mean, I didn't get like Hugh Banks or Lambo Rowell, none of those guys, but there was a guy, Ken, I think his last name was, it was like Shrink or something. It looked like Shrek, but it was like spelled a little bit different, but he had a company called Blue Capital.
Oh, that big buff.
Yeah,
Yeah, that big
fucking
buff
action
dude.
figure looking dude. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that was like probably, I mean, I had like bought some like signal services and shit before then, but he was like, it was his course and then there was another course. So that like I got Blue Capital and then there was another one that was like, it was like Blue Financial or something.
Okay.
So it's kind of funny that they were like similar, but
Mm, you liked
um,
blue.
yeah, yeah. But anyways, like I went through both of their things and same thing you just said. Like I mean, I studied the fuck out of those courses and like I did
Yep.
not understand a goddamn thing that was happening. I was like, what? Like what
Yep.
is this even talking about? But um, but yeah, same type of thing. You know, I hopped on Raj's stream, started watching his stuff. You know, number one, what I really liked about him is he would just hop in, take his trade, and then he would bounce. And that like really connected with me because at the time, you know, I was in business and things, and like I couldn't trade all day, but I was trading all day. Like I would sit on the charts freaking all day, sometimes
Yeah.
like literally all night, all day.
That's what
Um,
kills you.
yeah, and I mean, what really like killed me with that is like I would make $1,000 in a day, you know, trading, and because I would sit on the charts all day, I would lose that shit and my account, you know. I'd be
Yeah.
up $1,000, I'd lose 1,000 and the rest of my account, you know. Like what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah,
It
over
used to
trading
kill
gets
me.
you.
Yeah, it used to kill me, man. And that just took me for an emotional roller coaster and like you know, like you guys will hear me, you know, when I take losses, I'll talk about it a lot, you know, like it seems like it's like, it probably seems to a lot of people like, you know, it's kind of like taking control of like me emotionally, but it's more so like I'm just trying to ingrain like, okay, I don't want to do that again. But at the end of the day, like when I close the charts, you know, do I think about the loss for the rest of the day? Maybe it comes
Mhm.
up once or twice or something, you know, but it's not something where I'm like, fuck, man, you know, I lost this morning, you know, it's like, ah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like it is what it is. But
Hmm.
that's the thing is like when you're like managing risk properly, you're taking a trade, you know, you're not over trading, over leveraging, like you can operate like that, and
Yeah.
it's not gonna wreck you emotionally, you know, because you know you're still in the game, and there's another day
Yep.
to live. You know, we come back tomorrow, or in this case on Monday. You know, so it is what
Hmm.
it is. Maybe next time I won't execute with the bottom wick, but probably still will because because I've had this play out a lot of times. Like
Oh yeah.
usually this will happen. Like it will create that bottom wick, but what I was anticipating was being able to secure 10 pips before that happened. And
Hmm.
just like Sartaz was kind of saying, because this was the 7 a.m. 30-minute candle and not the 8 a.m. 30-minute candle, you know, we probably
Right.
just didn't have that proper volume there. You know, if that was like NY Open or NYSE Open, we would have definitely probably had that 10 pip push before it when it made the other side.
Hmm.
Because that actually happened here. That happened here yesterday. You know, it had no top wick, came down, broke the low, and then it, you know, it pushed down or whatever. I was able to secure 10 pips, and then it retraced, and then it just created this little wick. You know, it didn't go all the way up and break the other side, but it created a
Yeah.
little wick here, and then it like continued crashing down. So that's the thing, in high volume situations, you'll be able to secure an exit,
Yep.
even with the no wick situation. So it's just a part of the probability, you know.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm gonna look into just only executing around like 5 a.m. my time, between 5 a.m. and 7:30, which is when the major markets are open. So,
Yeah.
because yeah, yesterday's trade was based off of the 15-minute time frame. Um, I didn't execute based off the 30-minute like you did.
Yeah, I was looking at this on the 15-minute actually.
Yeah, because you see how it closed
Yeah.
back in the range, that candle right there, and then I took it as it broke the low. Yeah, I took it as it broke the low, anticipating that wick would be filled.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually was looking at the 15-minute here because I was saying like, okay, if this candle right here can go break the low, then I'm gonna enter. But since it
Yeah.
didn't, I didn't. And then when this candle closed, it was a 30-minute candle close as well. So I just flopped over to the 30-minute, and I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I kept my stops above the current candle on that one. That's probably why it kind of spooked me a little bit, because it came back up, and because it went 7 pips in profit. I was like, okay, we should, it broke all the lows, we should continue down, and then it pulled back. I'm like, fuck, okay. And that's when I cut half and then let the rest run.
yeah, yeah. See, that's what I try and avoid is that fuck. Okay, that's the emotions.
Yeah. It's just, man, Roger really fucking ingrained that. So
Yeah.
that's kind of something that I've followed, and
I mean, I
yeah,
think
I don't
it's
know.
valid. Like, I think it's a good thing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
for example, I could have closed this trade many opportunities, without
Mm-hmm.
taking the loss. I could have closed it when it came back to entry after going 5 or 6 pips in profit. I could have
Yeah,
closed
when
it
it
when it
broke the
broke the
low.
30-minute low. There's a lot of situations I could have closed it early, but like some of these guys that have been on here, like Jake, I know Jake has witnessed this a couple of times, probably Sartaz too, probably even Christine, like some of you that have been on my streams for a while, you've also seen this happen where that 30-minute low will break, but it'll do what it's doing right now and it will flip and go to the profit land, and some people will get emotional and they'll close out early. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting
Mm-hmm.
on my hands and I close at 10 pips profit, and I go on about my day. So that's kind of the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Let me see here in the YouTube chat. Always neglect these messages over here. I apologize. Mary Cruz, thanks for the info. Oh, you found the links in Telegram. Good deal, good deal.
Did you
Martin, what's
subscribe?
good? I hope so. Uh, um, Mary Cruz, thanks Mike
Oh
so
shit.
much for taking the time to teach others how to trade. I'm a complete beginner and how soon to say I'm trading with you and the community. I'll take some time to go to the links. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, yeah, check that stuff out. I mean, if you're in a Telegram group now, drop whatever questions. Just make sure you tag me. There's a lot of messages in there, so sometimes I can only keep up with the tag messages. But yeah, check them out. Take note of whatever questions. Also, feel free to hop on the Zoom here and ask questions too. That's cool.
I heard someone's magic keys.
Oh yeah, that's Christine. Yeah, she opens the
Open calc.
yeah, she does that to see the levels.
That's me.
Yeah, she's pump faked me a couple of times. I'm like, whoa, did someone just enter? Like, what's going on here? Like, she was like, no, 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 just checking out the levels, seeing where the stops are and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, magic keys makes everything easy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
they're risking 1%. I love that it calculates everything for you.
Oh yeah, yep.
My brain don't work that fast to do it on my own.
Yeah, yeah. I hear you there. Muntazir, will you re-enter? I'm not going to. I'll only take one trade per day. That's also why I'm fine with taking a full stop loss. I think maybe after this year, I will start moving into, risk management situation where I'm going to manage risk a little bit more. Because the way I look at it is like, and Joey, I was kind of explaining this, yesterday in that voice message, but the way I look at it is like, I noticed Raja doing this. Like every year, he'd be like, "All right, this year, this is the game plan. This year, this is the
Mhm.
game plan." And like, as I've followed him, like it first started out to be, "All right, I'm gonna secure everything at 10 pips," and then the next year it was like, "All right, I'm gonna start managing risk. I'm gonna start losing less on my trades." And then the year after that, it was like, "All right, I'm gonna start holding trades." So he went from confident in securing 10 pips, confident in managing risk, to confident in securing 70 pips, 100 pips, and now he's making big ass money.
Yeah.
So like those are kind of the 3 stages that I've seen. And so for me, like I think like I'm really just like focused on, I need to get really confident in winning setups, securing 10 pips and winning setups. And
Yeah.
then next year I'm going to switch into, all right, cool. How could I have gotten out of this trade, earlier? Well, number one, it didn't make a 10 pip push like immediately. As we know, like when we have winning trades on gold, typically it happens within the first 5-10 minutes that we're in the trade. Usually, if we're in it longer than 15 minutes, things like that, then it's not going to be a good trade. you know, so like that's something that I'll start like thinking about next year, you know. But so that's kind of what I'm thinking. And another thing that I want to add on with that is I think the benefit of managing risk is not only so you can lose less, but so you have risk left over to potentially take another entry. So to re-enter on the position. So to answer your question, Muntazir, if I would take another trade, it'd probably be, I'd probably even look to take it as this 30-minute high is being broken. Oh shit, let me, my dog's freaking out. Let me see what's up.
Grab the gun. Oh, man. Yeah, this 15-minute looks pretty pretty solid for it to continue moving up.
Alright. Oh yeah, so just like I was saying, Muntazir, this is where I would re-enter, breaking a high right here. But not gonna do that because I took a trade. It's Friday also, and yeah, it's just one trade. It's all good. We done. But yeah, it's also 8 a.m. right now, so you probably have the volume to give it that push.
Yeah, you got news coming in though.
Jesus. Freaking chaos this morning, man. Jesus. People calling me. And my girlfriend's out of town, so I got the dog, you know, I gotta take care of. I'm like, fuck. Usually she holds it down for me in the morning so I can work and stuff. I focus on this shit.
Yeah.
And I have an XXL bully, so she's like 110 pounds, and like she, you know, she only does what she wants to do, you know. So I was trying to get her to go outside this morning, and she's like, "Fuck no, it's cold out there. It's still dark. I'm not going out there." I'm like, shit. But yeah, another thing that I was thinking about though is like there is news coming in, so this might not push quite yet. And that's another thing too that I might start thinking about is usually on news days I wait to take a trade until after the news. So I'll let the news do its thing, and then like just like yesterday, you know, let the news do its thing, and then we'll just you know, hop in with the volume after. So that might be another thing to think about as far as today's trade. Eli, George, Mike, what's that song with the horn? I don't know. I'm not too sure. The playlist is this right here. If you go to Spotify, Lo-Fi by Stream Tunes, this is the playlist. But there's a shit ton of songs on here, and I've never heard of a single one of them, so I'm not too sure which one that was.
Yeah, you can only hear it through YouTube.
Yeah,
Is that by choice?
no, I've tried to get it to come through both, but I think it'll only come through one or the other, so I just put it on YouTube.
Oh,
Let me try and see though, because I have like changed up some of the things. Like I think like the main problem was my headphone, or how I was like sharing the sound previously, and then I got this headset and it makes it a lot easier. Let's see, share computer sound. Can you guys
there you
hear
go.
it?
Yeah. I wonder if you can hear it on YouTube still.
Looks like it.
Let me see. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's showing me that it's good at least on OBS.
Yeah.
This thing, although I'm not like good with technology, like this is what I'm looking at.
Is that what you use to stream, right?
Yeah, this is like how you can put this little ticker and all this shit on the stream.
Do you have to pay for OBS?
No, it's free.
Okay. Yeah, if I were to stream, which I don't, I have this AMD software that's kind of built into the PC, and it allows me to stream to different platforms.
Nice. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
OBS, like you can do like I could be streaming on like Facebook, you know, Twitter. I could probably be streaming on a lot of shit right now, but Twitch, probably all those. But yeah, I mean, just to get it to like work on YouTube, that was like a whole event, you know. And then every now and then people would be like, you know, I can only hear the people that are on Zoom. I can't hear you, or they'll be like, I can hear the music like louder than your voices, and I'm just like, fuck, man, I never change the settings, so like I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't even know which settings to click on to adjust that, so sorry. But there's just so many options, like so many settings and shit in OBS. That's kind of the challenge. Muntazir, will the news have impact on GJ also? Yeah, it'll probably push some volume. Usually news events are going to push volume across the market. Will it have impact? That's another question. Typically what I see on GJ is we'll have like volatile candles print where there'll be highs and lows broken. those types of situations, where on gold we'll just have a clean break in one direction and it'll just continue that flow. But me personally, probably stay out of a news trade if I was you.
$300.
Alright, so let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what the fuck?
Damn, Fahar, your image there is making me hungry, bro.
Oh yeah, what? That looks good.
Fuck.
That looks good right there, man. That looks like we have we got a farmers market here on the island like every Monday, and there's this guy that's got a Jamaican restaurant.
Ooh.
Man, he fucking, oh my god, man. You get it like one of those those little flip like containers, you know? He will fill that thing up to where like it won't even shut. It's like $10, man. It's
I love that shit.
amazing, man.
Love it.
And you get like a meat, you can get like some fried plantains, you can get some empanadas, like oh my god, it's amazing.
It is too early to be talking about all this food.
Yeah.
I know, and I don't even eat breakfast. I won't eat for like another 4 hours, I'm freaking
What?
My stomach is rumbling right now.
Why don't you eat breakfast?
About containers and don't close and whatnot.
Yeah, Joey, so the training like that I follow, like you just do like a fasted like morning pretty much, you only eat from like 12 to 8 or 9 p.m.
Oh man, no way. Can't
it
do
used to be really hard for me, but now like it's like impossible for me to eat breakfast. Like I just don't even have an appetite. It's weird.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things on fasting, and people saying it's good for you, and then people saying it's really not good for you, and
yeah,
it's just not sustainable over a long period of time.
Yeah. So the guy that I follow, he refers to it as like anabolic fasting. Oh, looks like Wes Watson's back. But yeah, I used to follow Wes Watson, and like I signed up for his training. I mean, this dude's fucking jacked and like just straight shredded. And he doesn't fast. Like he eats a meal before he goes to the gym at like 3 in the morning. But this dude is who I follow, and when I first came across him, I seen that he was 40 something years old and freaking bricked up abs, and I said, okay, cool. I want to be 40 plus years old and I want to have fucking bricked up abs, so I'm gonna do whatever this guy tells me to do. So yeah, that's kind of been it's been my journey. And he pushes the fast, he pushes the and he calls it anabolic fasting. And so you basically just eat a protein, a veggie, and a fat every meal. So it could be steak, asparagus, and avocado, or chicken breast, Brussels sprouts, and handful of almonds or something, And
yeah,
so
I follow.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Oh yeah, so it's pretty much that, and then the snacks, like if you get hungry in between meals, like only 2 meals, so lunch and dinner, and nothing crazy, no types of like macro counting or weighing it out or anything, just eat until you're full type of thing. And then if you get hungry in between meals, you have a snack that would be like a peanut butter or that'll be like a banana with like scoops of peanut butter, you know. So you're getting like a nice healthy fat, and then banana's just always good for you. But yeah, so the idea is like have a meal at noon, have a snack around like 3 or so, have another meal at like 5 or 6, and then have another banana and peanut butter before bed. And that banana and peanut butter should be enough to carry you through until your meal in the morning. With, you know, drink water and shit like that in the morning and you'll be good. So that's kind of been like the plan. And I followed that for like, shit, it's been like probably 6 years now that I've been doing that.
Damn. I follow this guy, I forget his actual handle. It's like the carnivore. What's his handle? Carnivore MD 2.0.
Oh yeah,
That guy's wild, dude.
Yeah, yep.
Like I mean, man, I don't want to believe everything he's saying, but at the same time, like, I think he knows his shit.
Yeah.
And it's like scary of all the things that are just terrible for you. I mean, I've really cut out, like, I'm trying to cut out like all seed oils, which is terrible for your gut and digestion. Any processed like meat, anything like that. So I'm trying to do more like animal-based, you know, pure animal-based diet.
Yeah, I mean, just like trading, man, there's so much shit out there, you know.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to achieve your goals, you know. It's just about finding what works for you, what makes sense, and you know, executing based on that. Like, I mean, people like when I tell people like what I do, like they think it's retarded, you know. I tell people I work out every single day, for like fucking 2 hours at a time. You know, really the only days I take off is Saturday and Sunday, and I still work out on those days. It's just not as long. And like, so I used to have a coaching business where I worked with like fitness coaches, and so like my background is advertising and marketing. So I had like an agency for a while where we ran ads and shit for other people. And then I sold that, and then I moved into like teaching other people how to do what I was doing for the inside of the advertising agency, but I just like was teaching people how to do it themselves, so I didn't have to like do the dirty work. And long story short, I targeted the fitness industry because I was really attracted to it. I knew how to grow it, and like that was kind of the angle that I took with the advertising agency. And so my clients all the time would be like, dude, like, you're working out all the time, like you could work out like 3 days a week, you know, like I could help you out. Like, I'm like, dude, it's not about that, man. Like, it's a mental thing more than anything. Like, the way I look, the way I feel, like that's all a byproduct of me just like showing up every day, you know. But at this point in my life, it's like, it's something I need to do to like wake up in the morning properly, to like feel like I have energy, you know, like to feel like I've like accomplished something, you know. So it's like to that point, you know, like I know people that can work out 3 days a week and be absolutely peeled, you know, look amazing, you know. And that's like kind of how Wes Watson is, like his stuff, because I signed up for his stuff and he was like having me work out pretty much once, like I think it was like 3 or 4 days a week, maybe. It was like every other day pretty much, and I couldn't do it. Like, I was just like, dude, like I have to like do something every day, like I can't do this, you know.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Where other people would be like, dude, if I could get peeled and jacked off for 3 days a week, dude, I'll give you all my money, you know. And I'm like, I can't do it, you know. I'm like, I need more, you know. God damn.
Oh.
Hey, I was about to say, man, are you looking at gold? Look at this crap. Oh my God.
See, I mean,
Damn.
see that's another thing that I say about like trusting my analysis, trusting my stop loss, things like that, because most of the time my like what I'm thinking is gonna happen is gonna happen. It's just about, did I take the best entry, you know? So
Yeah, here you go, the 5 o'clock and 5:30.
yeah.
Damn.
There's that
Yes.
yeah,
Something this is something, you know, I would normally take, you know, but 5:30 news coming in 8 minutes, and No, not 8 minutes. The fuck?
Yeah, 7 minutes.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a nice play. Stops would have had been below the current candle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. The stop loss, based on what
Yeah.
I would have done, would have been
No
pretty
way.
large. That's how I would have done it though. I would have placed it like that and just been like, fuck it. I really don't like to do a current candle. I've had it happen so many times where price comes out, stops me out, and then just does this, you know. I'm just like, man, fuck
Yeah.
that. And that's, I mean, it's kind of
Depends
what
on the
happened on the hourly.
situation. It depends on the situation for me. I mean, I don't always put it on the current candle, but if the stop just doesn't make sense and I'm looking for, you know, a really nice impulse move without seeing drawdown, that's like kind of like an intuition trade.
Yeah.
Then I'll do it. But
Muntazir, can you please explain the sell bias from 168.44 on GJ? Like, how would you execute trade? From oh yeah. So what I was this right here, MP special, pretty much is just a break and retest situation. So what I was was explaining with that at the beginning of the stream was, all right, let me get rid of these candles here. So if you disregard these bearish candles, don't look at those. What I was saying, what I would like to see was price to move bullish to this area, you know, maybe create some sort of wick or something, and then, you know, we see a bearish a bearish candle form at this this resistance here. Then we can take, you know, sells to retest the support then. So that's like an MP special. Basically, price broke out of an area and it's retesting it to continue down. But we already had it happen, like right here, you know. So that was like kind of the issue that I was like kind of saying is, you know, because we have like this little rangy situation, it might respect this level. It might be like a break and retest of this level instead of this level, and then continue. And that's kind of what we saw. Respected this level, then continued, which wasn't a tradable range in my opinion. So that's where the next bias comes into play, is sells below 163.88 to come down here. But yeah, Muntazir, if you there's a video on my YouTube. It's like, I can't remember what it's called. It's right on the front page. So if you go to the Forex section, it's like right on the front page. It's called like how to identify entries, or how to take entries, or something like that. I'll try and pull it up.
Damn.
But yeah, see, this is like, this makes me really happy when this happens though. Like when I take a losing trade and price ends up going in my favor, I honestly love that. Like, I used to hate that. I used to be so fucking pissed. But like, I used to be like, all right, if it's gonna be a stop loss, you know, I want this thing to freaking crash, you know. But because it ended up playing out, that just like gives me confidence that like, okay, my bias was correct. Like if my plan was correct, it was just the entry, you know, the entry, something about the entry wasn't correct. And just like Sartaz was saying earlier, you know, we have to have liquidity grab to continue. That's exactly what happened. You know, we had a nice liquidity grab and played out. Yeah, let me see here. We come to my page. Oh yeah, right here. Forex trading with Mike Pugliese. Profitable entries right here. How to identify where to enter a trade. That one right there, I explained like the 3 things that I really like to see to enter a trade is MP special, slingshot moves, or a breakout.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, you
Mike.
caught that, huh? You caught that? Yeah. Did you
Okay, bro.
Did you enter that, Sartaz, or no?
Yeah, I entered on comments open, bro. After 5 minutes high break, just 10 pips
Yeah.
in second.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Just like you said, man. Just like you said, need a liquidity
Uh,
grab to continue bullish. So I mean, you were spot on.
yeah, bro. Yeah, it's very important, bro. Then okay, bro. See you tomorrow. See you on Monday.
Sounds
Okay,
good,
thank
man.
you.
Have an amazing weekend, man. We'll see you on Monday.
Okay, okay. Happy weekend, bro. Same to you.
See you,
Bye bye.
Charles.
Hey, hello. Okay, bye.
All right, guys, I gotta go. I will catch you on Monday.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
good, Christine. Have a great weekend as well. Great rest of your day. See you on
All
Monday.
right, you too. All right.
Hey, Christine.
Mutazir, I watched the videos, but I was not able to understand the terminology used, like MP special. Yeah. All right, so let me just do like a quick explanation for you that might help you out. So like an MP special, pretty much what happens is a low is created, like price has a move down, and then we have bullish candles that do a retrace to a level, like say this level here, for example. By the way, news coming in like 40 seconds, so if you guys are in a trade, highly suggest to close that bitch. And then the MP special is like we have like a bearish candle form, and then price comes back down to retest this level of support. So that's pretty much what it is. Price moves down, creates a low, we have a pullback, and then we go retest the low and potentially continue. The slingshot is a very similar situation. Price is moving down, then we have like a bullish candle moving up, like a small bullish candle, and then the next one crashes. It's actually what happened right here. Price moved down, we had the bullish candle to do like a little liquidity grab, just to crash down on the next one. So those are the two situations, MP special and a slingshot. And there's actually examples of both, like right here. So, you know, the slingshot was this move, bearish, bullish, bearish. MP special would be, let's say, this move. We had price moved up, created a high, then it pulled back to form a level of support to go retest the high and continue. And I'm surprised that this hasn't moved like 100 pips yet, so maybe maybe this news event isn't anything. Oh, looking at the wrong week. Core price index. I thought this was CPI.
Yes.
Oh, it's probably because the numbers are as expected. That's probably what it is. Muntazir, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, they're both like just break and retest situations. I just call them MP specials and slingshots because it's, you know, it's something that's like easier to explain what I'm looking for, you know. Helps me be patient for what I'm looking for as well.
Now gold's starting to move.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
It's kind of a daily high, I think, now.
Yeah, it's tricky at this point, specifically because of this resistance, you know, so. A loss puts me at 14 and 4 on the month. Not too bad. Still my best best start that I've had for sure.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's up, David? How's it going?
Very good, very good. Yourself?
Doing good, man. Appreciate it.
I think it's my first time on your live. I saw you on YouTube. Well, I saw you in the group first in Market Fluidity, but I was looking for the link. Then I found the Telegram group.
Oh yeah, nice. Nice.
Are you in the buy right now?
No, I took it earlier. I took it when you know, this 30-minute candle was breaking a high right here. This 7 a.m. candle.
Okay.
So I took a loss on it because it stopped me out. This was where the entry was, and then obviously this candle right here took me out. So
Okay.
yep.
Okay. Could you have taken a second entry on this trade?
I could have for sure. However, I'm very strict about one trade per day. So
Okay.
so that's one thing about me, and like if you continue to hop in and follow what we're doing over here, or you know, trade with us, whatever the case might be, you'll notice like I don't really manage risk. Like I just pretty much I'm looking to secure everything at 10 pips, or it's gonna hit my stop loss type of thing.
Okay.
And so I'm really just trying not to like strangle the trades. So because of that, you know, I can only take one trade per day because I don't want to risk compounding a loss, you know. But if I would have closed this early, like say for example at break even when it retraced back to my entry, or you know, as the 30-minute low is broken at this level, you know, I still would have had some risk left over to take another trade. But what I've noticed with the way that I trade is, you know, I'm really only looking for high probability setups. So most of the time they work. So like I just ran my numbers for this month, like I'm 14 and 4, so that's like a 77% win rate. So you know, I'm aiming to keep that win rate very high, so that way, you know, I can just kind of let market do its thing, and I don't need to get emotional about the trades. But yeah, so that's currently like what I'm doing. What I'm doing is just securing everything at 10 pips, or letting my 1% risk hit the stop loss.
So basically, you're not using any runners. That's not something that.
Correct. Yeah, no runners. No runners.
Okay. Do you feel like, because sometimes I try to use runners, do you feel like sometimes runners, even after securing, let's say 80%, 90% of your pips, let's say 10 pips, and you still have a runner in the game, it keeps you emotionally attached to your trade, even if it's at break even?
No, the reason I don't use runners is because I started to realize like 9 times out of 10 my runners get stopped at entry, so I'd rather just, secure everything at 10, 11 pips or so, than trying to get more out of the runner. So yeah, that's kind of the reason that I stopped like leaving a runner, was because most of the time, especially when trading gold, prices like, jumping back and forth, and usually stops me out at entry. So I just decided, okay, I'd rather just leave it, or I'd rather just secure everything.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, another thing with that is, like, and I've talked about this a couple of times on the stream, so sorry for the guys that have heard it a zillion times, but, I've been following Raja for a long time. You probably have too, but, if you're in market fluidity, but, what I noticed with him was he went through like 3 chapters that I really witnessed in his trading career. The first was like, you know, securing everything at 10, 11 pips or so, and that's where I feel like I'm at. Like, I just want to get super comfortable with high probability setups that I can always secure 10, 11 pips. And then the next stage was like managing risk. Okay, cool. Now I'm really confident about, securing 10, 11 pips, over and over and over on these setups that I see all the time. So now on my losing trades, I'm gonna start focusing on, how I can lose less, and that's like chapter 2. And then like chapter 3 is like, all right, I'm very confident in securing 10, 11 pips, and I'm very confident in losing less. So now I'm going to start holding my positions to secure maybe 30 pips, or maybe 50 pips, or 100 pips like he does now. So that's kind of how I view myself. Like, I'm in chapter 1, Raja's in like chapter 3 right now. Like, he's got the I's dotted and the T's crossed. He's very comfortable with what he likes to see and what he doesn't. And, what setups have a high probability to yield 50 pips or whatever the case might be, so he just holds it. So yeah, that's kind of how I thought about like my trading journey, my trading career thus far. Is, I'm kind of in that stage where last year, I really got comfortable with trading and securing profits, but at the same time I still like fucked with my trading plan quite a bit, to where I was like trying new things. Like I don't know if you remember, but in October there was like a time period where 15-minute candles would be like 50 pips.
Yeah.
There was just like crazy volume for some reason. I don't know what the case was, but so like during that time, instead of securing everything at like 10, 11 pips, I was trying to secure everything at like 20 pips, and then I had like a bad losing month. And so like now I'm like in that mentality where like, all right, I just want to go for a whole year. Like last year I spent a lot of time really developing like my trading plan, what I want to see to execute a trade, and I feel really confident about that. So now I want to like execute that for a whole year to like solidify that confidence. Like, all right, perfect. You did this for a whole year. You only took one trade. You only risked 1%. You only executed on these types of setups, and at the end of the year, you reap the reward. So now at that same time, I'll probably have a good idea of what happened during losing trades. So like, for example, today, like one of the things I noticed is like with gold, typically a winning trade is going to give us 10 pips like within the first 5 minutes of being in that trade, 15 minutes max. And this trade, I was in it for longer, maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and then it ended up stopping me out. So that's something that I can put in my back pocket for next year, to start like analyzing, okay, what do I see over and over and over again that leads to a losing trade? Like I like last year was like, what do I see over and over and over again that leads to a winning trade? Now this year I'm kind of like starting to take note of what those losing trades look like. So I know that was like kind of long-winded and all over the place, but hopefully it makes sense.
It does. Thank you. And one more question for you, Mike. Your entry for gold trade this morning, that was more of an impulse entry, right?
Yeah, so I always take impulse entries, always gonna be based on like highs or lows breaking. I never really take it as candle is opening. Um
Do
Simply
you
for
ever trade the candle closes?
like, so are you saying like, for example, if I would have taken like a buy as the candle open, is that what you're saying?
Well, taking a buy as the candle closes above the previous candle, or
Oh,
below,
okay.
depending if it's on a sell.
Yeah, so you're saying like if I would have taken it like here.
Maybe more on the last candle that's moving right now, the previous one. If you would have taken a buy on the current candle when the previous one closed bullish. Yeah, this
Oh,
one.
okay, so like right here.
Yeah.
Like as soon as the candle opened. Yeah, so I used to do that. I used to do that a lot. But I started to notice that it can lead to things like this. You know, what this candle did. So like for example, that same theory could have came into play right here. Like this candle closed like pretty strong bullish above this previous candle here. So you could have like based on what you're saying, could have taken a buy as soon as this candle opened. However, it didn't even give any opportunity. It just crashed straight down, and my stop loss probably would have been below this candle right here if I would have done that. So it would have just pretty much like went straight to stop loss. So I stopped doing that because when I noticed like when candles are breaking highs and lows, it's like it's confirming like the lower time frame structure. So like a nice example of that is like we have a higher low, a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we have a higher high and a lower low. So that's like a change in direction. No matter
But
what.
see that last candle, sorry I'm interrupting, that last candle just before the red one, that would have been a nice entry, right? Based on the previous candle that closed in a new range.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the kind of setups I was asking you about more precisely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. My thing is like when it breaks the high, you have a stronger confirmation that it's gonna respect the low and continue bullish. So that's why I like to take it on the breaks, because in my opinion, it's gonna continue that pattern. It's gonna continue that higher high and higher low pattern. So if we think about this specific setup here, we have like a lower low situation because it broke the bottom here, and it didn't create a higher high. So we have a lower high and a lower low, but it's a bullish candle. And then we have a a higher low and a higher high. So now we're confirming, okay, cool. The candles are gonna start creating higher highs and higher lows. And so like what would be like the best confirmation, in my opinion, is to take the entry as the high of the previous candle is being broken, because you have a stronger confirmation that there's going to be a continuation of that higher high, higher low pattern,
And where would you put the stop loss?
I would do it below the previous candles. So like I always put my stop losses above or below the previous 30-minute candles, just because in my opinion that's the best possible, most valid stop loss. Because if you think about that, if you think about what I was just explaining with the higher highs and higher lows situation, if I enter based on the high breaking, then I'm anticipating the low to respect, because this candle is going to create a higher high and higher low,
Okay.
So I don't like to do current candle stops, because technically the market structure is not breaking if the stop is hit, So like if I would have done current candle stops, say for example that it did come out and hit that before it continued, I'd be like, fuck, I strangled my trade, for no reason. Like the structure never broke.
So you'd wait for a pullback before entering?
Yeah, so I would like to see like a lower wick, and that's kind of like what I didn't wait for here. There was no lower wick. And I talked about that before I took the trade. Like the problem, like the one thing like that could have held me back from that trade was that there was no lower wick on the 30-minute or the hourly. So yeah, that lower wick is definitely going to kind of confirm, that there is like liquidity to continue pushing up. But yeah, so I mean, it really the real reason that I do stops below or above the previous 30-minute is because to me that's the most valid stop loss. Like for example, this trade here, I could have set my stop loss below the previous, or I mean below the current 30-minute candle that I was trading, and I would have had a larger lot size or whatever for the potential profits. But at the same time, if it came down to create that lower wick, then if it came down to create the lower wick, but it didn't break the low, then it would have stopped me out, and you know, it could have potentially kept going bullish, and I would have missed out on those profits, you know, when market structure was never broken, you know.
Okay, but the fact that you're only getting 10 pips, doesn't that make your stop loss way bigger than the amount of pips you're just trying to secure?
Yeah, absolutely, and people ask me that all the time, so you know, it's funny because I always like I always think about it, because people get so, and I'm not saying this is you, but people get so tied up around risk to reward, you know, like, oh, I'm only gonna trade a 2-to-1 risk to or a 1-to-2 risk to reward, whatever the case might be, or a 2R or whatever, you know, people say. And the reason that I don't like to do that is because to me, you're trying to force something into the market that's not really present, you know. Whether it's profit targets that you need to hit, because that's what's going to make your 2R trade valid, or your 1-to-1 trade valid, whatever the case might be, or you know, it's going to be something that's going to be against like the market structure, you know. So yeah, I mean, you're right. Like pretty much my trades are always in a negative risk to reward, but the probability of me winning a trade is much higher than the probability of me losing a trade, and that's what I'm chasing.
Okay, and in the instances that your trade is going against you, how would you manage the risk? Would you like would you wait for the trade to hit your stop loss, or would you trim half of your position at a certain amount of pips that's going against you?
Yeah, I would wait for it to hit the stop loss. And here's a really good example of why. And some of these guys that have been on the stream, like Jake for sure, I know, like, he can attest to this. Like, he's been in trades that I've taken where he did, like, for example, this one right here. You know, this like, say if we took this entry here and I did current candle stops, would have been stopped out, you know. Obviously, it looks like, you know, this would have yielded 10 pips, you know, before I got stopped out, obviously, but say it didn't, you know, say it only went 5 pips in profit before it closed. This next candle would have stopped me out. But because I'm doing it based on previous, you know, candles high or lows, it would have never stopped me out. I would still be in the trade right now, you know. So that's kind of the thing, is, you know, I'm really focused on market structure, not like the best, cause like to me, I'm risking 1% per trade. So the difference between my stop loss being here below the previous candle, or here below the current candle, is only the difference in the amount of or the lot size that I'm taking, you know. So it's really only changing my profits. It's not changing my loss. And what I'm really like concerned with is the losses, you know. I don't want my loss to be more than 1%. I don't really care about the profits, you know. As long as my loss is not more than 1%, I'll be good, you know. Traditionally, my losses are bigger than my wins, 100%. But that's why I gotta win more than I lose, you know.
Yeah, that was my next question, because having a bigger stop loss, for sure, if you could like, because I know exactly how you're, like, I understand how you're trading. Maybe a few months ago, I tried trading the same way, a bigger stop loss, but smaller take profit, but more chances of securing pips. But the thing that I was witnessing very often was when my trade was going against me and I would lose that one trade, I would basically step three, I would like go 3 steps backwards because of that one trade, because the wins were so small. Since let's say I'm going for a 1% win, take profit, and 1% stop loss, and I end up securing 10 pips, which was, let's say, 0.5% win, so not even 1%. And the next trade I take, let's say the following day, I take a loss on that 1% trade. I end up moving backwards, but like from 2 steps. So it's not like I lost the winnings from the previous day and I lost the winnings of the day before that. I'm not sure if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I understand exactly what you're saying. I mean, that's what happens with me too. You know, when I take a loss, usually I'll take out 2 days of wins. You know, that's typically what it looks like on my broker. But at the same time, like I said, you know, I'm really focused on winning more than I'm losing. So like right now for the
Okay.
month, I'm 14-4. You know, so it's a 77% win rate. Um, and it honestly could be better. Like at least 2 of the losses I took this month, I shouldn't even have entered the trade. Like they were just like me like trying to see like if something was gonna play out, and I just want to execute it, you know. So like that's kind of the thing is like I've noticed that like for me, I'm only trying to execute on the best possible setup that I can take. You know, I don't want to take every setup. I just want to take the best possible setup. So like for example, counter trend trades, I will never take. You know, I never will take a counter trend trade, just because to me, sure, if the rules make sense, you know, based on like how Raja talks about, like, you know, in a bullish trend, if it forms a level of support, then creates a resistance, and that resistance is broken, sure, you can take a counter trend trade, you know, because it's confirming that prices move in the opposite direction. But for me, you don't know how far it's going to continue down because it's a bullish trend. You know, that counter trend trade could only go 5 pips, it could go 100 pips and correct the whole move. You don't really know, you know. So that's why I really just try and focus on like the highest probability setups. And for me, what I do is I really only trade in the direction of the daily candle. So, you know, as you can see, like the daily candle is bullish. So I was really only looking for buys unless the daily candle could flip bearish. And that's why it says sells below down here. Because that's when the daily candle would be bearish. And that's the next like valid tradable zone, you know, tradable range or whatever.
Okay.
So that's kind of like what I'm looking at. And so if you think about that, you know, if I would have so like where I took buys, all of the like the most important time frames in my opinion were bullish. You know, the daily candle was bullish, 4-hour candle was bullish, hourly candle was bullish where I took the buy, and the 30-minute. So it has a really, really, really high probability to at least yield 10 pips. And in this case, probability just wasn't on my side. Like what could we take away from that? All right, cool. So this didn't have a lower wick. You know, it was 7 a.m. so it wasn't really like a high volume session. This is pre-New York and not like New York Open. You know, things like that. News was coming in play at 8:30, so maybe market's just gonna range until news came in, just like it kind of did. So there's some things that like I could have thought about, I could have considered that would invalidate like taking the trade at that time, you know. But based on like this structure, this candle pattern here, and enough range here to the left, the bullish candles, you know, I was just like, all right, cool, I gotta execute on this, and if it wins, it wins. If not, no worries, you know.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, thanks a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, and feel free to come back. You know, I'll be here 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. So over time,
Okay.
you'll kind of see like, you know, how I trade. Like I've definitely been in situations where this doesn't work out in the long-term play. Like probability is just not on my side or whatever the case might be. So I'm not saying it's the only way to trade or the best way to trade. You know, like what I really like translate it to is Raja's career, like his journey. You know, like I was saying earlier, like those 3 chapters, that's what I really translate it to, and why I'm like really strict on operating this way, because you know, like you know, what I really want to lock in the confidence on is my confidence around winning. And then once I have that down, then I'll know, okay, cool, I've taken winning trades over and over and over again. I know I can win. I know I can win. So now, then I'll transition into how can I lose less, you know. And then after that, you know, I'll say, okay, cool, I know like in these types of situations, price can move 100 pips. Like for example, this candle right here. I mean, we had clear range. Like I mean, I had the target set for down in this level. You know, it would have hit, but you know, I'm not really confident in holding a trade that far. I would like to take the 10 pips, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely keep tapping in, man. I'd love to have you around and keep this conversation going, because I mean, these are very thoughtful questions that are valid. You know, they're very valid. It's just like I said, I think a lot of my style right now is just based on how I currently trade. In the current like chapter that I'm in, you know.
The are you marking down your trades in general? What time do you trade more pre-New York and New York, NYSE, or?
Yeah, always 6:30 to 9:30 or so is like when I'm trading, but I would say like most of my trades happen around like in the 8 to 9:30 range. You know, that
Okay.
NY range. But I hate to cut us off here, but I got a meeting that I gotta hop on here right now. So I'm gonna have to shut it
Okay.
down. We'll
All
come
good.
back on Monday.
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot, Mike, and you guys have a great weekend.
Hey, y'all too. Y'all too. Thank you,
Good
All
night,
David.
right,
Mike.
guys. Take
Thank
care.
you.
See you, Jake. See you, Joey.
See you, brother.
YouTube chat. Peace out. See you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.